Hi everyone, this is Big Benedict. I want to yet again welcome you back to my Gaiden Sigma video guide walkthrough for Master Ninja difficulty. We're on chapter 17 and this is Vengeful Spirit. The Vengeful Spirit in question is Doku, who wants some vengeance. So we need to access his temple here so you can throw exploding arrows at it, I think, or just use the Dabalacro as I did, or incendiary shurikens or the Warhammer. So we have 3 nightmares to contend with here, and it's a fair match because we're not dealing with 3 at a time or even 2 at a time. It's just one-on-one every single time. So this is an instance where I find the game to be completely fair with these guys, and I tried to when I was just practicing these guys, you know, on my own time without recording anything. I was trying to combine counterattacks with traditional melee hits with like the square button, triangle button, etc. But I never found that it was very successful because these guys are very fast, even on this form here when they're just in their original white form before they've gone berserk. They're fast, they're damn fast, and I just found that counterattacking works a hell of a lot better. So basically, the way to deal with these guys is to just block, counter, and then when you hear that your guard is getting broken, then you dodge roll away. So I've read a lot of misinformation about how to counterattack. Some people think that when you get that sound, like the sound effect for when your guard is getting broken, someone actually told me that actually, and it's completely incorrect. That sound means your guard's getting broken. It doesn't mean that's when you're supposed to counterattack. You're going to get damaged. So this is the last nightmare that we need to deal with. And in the past, I've really hated this level, just to the point where I just didn't enjoy it much, and I said, it's just a level that I really dislike. But you know, the reason for that was because of the ghost fish. The ghost fish ruined this level for me. But now that I have a nice combo, a nice technique to deal with these guys, I didn't even care about this level. To the point where I even like this level. It's really cool. It's a nice level. The music is it kicks ass, and it's really appropriate for this level. It's kind of has nice pacing for the music, I think, as far as like the beats of it. I also really like this effect when you leave this temple area and you go in between these totem poles. How the totem poles ignite with fire on the top. To mark your entrance into this area. It's really cool, and so you will need a lot of items for this level, or at least a lot of money. So to the right is the door right there, which we can't access yet until we defeat the final Ryu clone. So yet again we have to fight this guy, but it is the last time we're gonna have to be dealing with this guy. But last time pays for all because he has the unlabored flawlessness. And if he's at low health, just be really prepared to start using some healing items quickly, because if he hits you and you're at about where my health is right now currently, you're going to get damaged to the point where you're almost going to be dead or dead. So it does work both ways though. You know, if you're at low health and you hit him, it's going to take a lot away. So it can be a really suspenseful battle actually. And suspenseful is like, I think a really good word to describe this situation. But this only took me a couple tries, and it actually wasn't that suspenseful for me. But so here's Marbus. His character model looks a little stiff. They fine-tuned him in Sigma 2. But when we face him, we're only Rachel, so it's not that fun, especially in Master Ninja mode. So, traditionally, I used to wall spam this guy, and in fact, that's exactly what I did in my last video guide for this game, which was never published. I mean, it was published, but I never got this far into the publishing process. So the technique that you see right here, me trying to do the Azuna drop, and you can actually do the full Azuna drop combo on this guy with the somersault when you body slam him down, and I do it at one point. I believe I did. Anyway, so this is the combo I'm going to be using on Doku, the boss for this stage. It works really well, even better than wall spamming. Sometimes wall spamming is really good, But other times, it's just that you just can't connect enough with enough reliability for it to be effective, and it just wears on your patience quite a bit. So, so you see how I'm just doing the Azuna drop combo, and a lot of the Azuna drop combo, it doesn't connect with him. He's just very, very mobile and just way too fast for you to be able to grab him. But you can grab him, and that's the thing here. So one more hit, and this guy is toast. So there's the final hit we needed, and unlike the other battles where he usually dropped, well, he does. No, actually, he doesn't drop an item, does he? That chest just appears. And if you backtrack to this area, there's nothing, like, there's no Fiend challenges or anything back there, so that's what I actually thought there was, but there wasn't. Apologize for that loading screen, but what can you do, you know? So I have equipped the Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang now, and that's, you've guessed it, it's because there's Ghostfish over here. And the biggest issue about this whole area is not that it's difficult, it's just that you're slaying so many Ghostfish, and they're dropping so much essence that it's extremely tempting to want to grab the money. And I did this so many times. So every time I would get bitten, I would just get so pissed off that I would just restart, because I knew there's no reason to even get bitten with this combo here. The square, 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 square combo, and then there's a lull, and even if the fish are right next to you, there's an immunity frame, so it's perfect. This is the perfect technique to use on these ghost fish. So it's just very tempting to want to grab the money, and even if you try to roll and grab the money, the likelihood that you get bitten is pretty big. So if you're not a perfectionist like me and you don't care about getting bitten sometimes, I'm just a complete perfectionist. I'm very anal. So this is the life of the gods. We are going to be upgrading our health one more time in the next stage, so also look for that. There's several items over here too. We're going to be getting some more Golden Scarabs. We're going to be getting the Plasma Saber, and there is I believe there's an item up here, or maybe two. What do we have here? I think this is a diary over here on this body, Gen's diary. Also, yeah, I forgot there is another smaller potion over here for you to pick up. And so once you pick that up, head on back. And just keep this weapon equipped. We're going to need it. There's going to be a door over to the right, but we need a key to open that door, so ignore it for the time being. The next foes you have to deal with are Ghostfish, so that's why I said to keep this weapon equipped. And then they appear right over here, so just keep doing this square times 4 combo until they're all gone. And there's going to be some cat fiends dropping in. You gotta love those guys. You notice that plasma barrier that comes up, which means that you can't pass unless you defeat these foes here. So normally I don't use the Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang for combat with these guys, but I just figured might as well keep it on. The UT for this weapon, it's not very effective. A lot of times it misses. I mean, a lot of the time it misses. So we got the key of the lion, and then keep that weapon equipped because you still need to dispatch these fish. There's just one school of fish in there, and then we're going to be ambushed by more cat fiends and these huge monster fiends. But these guys, I should remark that these guys are completely optional. You don't have to face these guys; they're just right in your way, though. So I decided to just kill them. To try to do the Azuna drop. So there was a nice blue UT. I really prefer to use exploding arrows on those large green foes with the claws. It just works really well. And don't worry about wasting items or anything, because we're going to be accessing a store a little bit later on in this chapter. So if you come into this level with a lot of stuff, don't worry about it. Feel free to use items by all means, because you're going to get a lot of money. When you have slain all the ghost fish in a particular area, normally there is there's a big group of money for you to pick up. So just resist. I would just recommend resist the temptation to pick up money while there are ghost fish on the map, because you're going to get bitten. So we're going to use the key of the lion here, and then you want to take a left at this. So this is a labyrinth, but it's not that complex, so you really don't have to worry about getting lost or anything. If you're watching my guide, you're not going to get lost, even if you weren't, you probably wouldn't get lost anyway. So we picked up that Golden Scarab, and now we're going to head on over here to the save point. And this is so actually the boss door is right over here, but we can't access it. So hit the save statue, and we're going to pick up a Life of the Gods over here, which is really great. Life of the Gods, okay, awesome. And then I think that no, there's no more items anywhere over here. So just keep this weapon equipped, the Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang, and deal with these fish. And believe me, it was tempting for me to not grab this money every single time. So every time I killed a school of fish, there was just a big temptation to roll back and grab the money. But I knew that if I did that, I was going to get bitten. And I was trying to do this whole section without getting bitten, and I succeeded. Except I think I got bitten on the boss, but I didn't count that because there's a lot of stuff going on there. But so just take comfort in the fact that after you slay all these fish, you are going to get that money. There's still going to be some money hovering. So I think I had the Armlet of Benediction equipped this whole time. So it is easy to go the wrong way here, and I think that's what happened to me. I went the wrong way. No, I went the right way the first time. But grab this Golden Scarab over here. And then there's going to be, in this box up ahead, there's more fish. So there's just a lot of fish on this level. I think there's 2 schools of fish in this particular box. So this first school of fish there, and then another school. So there's 2 schools of fish. And then just grab all the essence there. And then nice. But remember, do keep this weapon equipped. You need this weapon the whole time. There's going to be more fish right over here, so just prepare to deal with these guys. And we have picked up enough Golden Scarabs to get the Plasma Saber. And the Golden Scarab count for that item reward is 49. So there's one more Golden Scarab on the Imperial Palace, which will net you the Dark Dragon Blade. You could potentially be using that weapon on the Imperial Palace if you wanted to, but I never really find much use for it. It's kind of like the Dabalacro, but each weapon does have its own unique set of moves and UTs. So don't let anything I say prevent you from using whatever you want to in this game. While I do advocate weapons for certain situations, it is ultimately up to you to do whatever you want to. I'm just trying to provide like a guide, like a basic set of guidelines for beating the game. And so here is our Plasma Saber, and I do use it in one instance outside the boss door, just to show you what it is. It's essentially the Dragon Sword. For all intents and purposes, it is the Dragon Sword, but it does have those sound effects that really make it seem like it's like a lightsaber. So I think it's a little bit of fan service myself, but it is cool. So don't worry about these fish over here. I was going to say golden fish. So head on back down this door. And also the reason I didn't take a right over there was because there is nothing there. If you're wondering about that. So always be aware that when you're backtracking to the save point here, you are going to have to deal with some more fish. So our next objective is the boss. So that's the extent of how deep and complex this labyrinth is. That's really all there is to it. If there weren't fish in this area, this would be like so easy. Like it would go so fast. And I kind of understand why they put fish here. But the one area that I don't agree where fish should be is on the staircases of the Imperial Palace. But now that I have a nice tech, see, I went the wrong way. So if you went over to that area over there, there's nothing over there. That's why I ignore it. But so now that I have a nice combo technique for you dealing with these fish, I don't dread the palace as much. Except for the rooms are tough. But so I am actually going to equip the plasma. I was going to say every time I was going to say plasma cutter like in Dead Space, but I should remark that this fight over here is completely optional. You don't have to do this fight, but I like to clear these enemies, not to get a lot of points or karma, karma meter bonuses. or anything like that. It's just that I die actually I die frequently on the Spirit Doku, so I like to clear these enemies just so that there's no stress as I'm getting to this door for the boss. But even if you leave these enemies here every single time, there's no real big issue of getting to the door. It's if you get there quick enough, it's all good. But I would imagine that those ghost fish could bite you if you're not careful. So I don't know. You might as well kill these enemies. They're not that difficult. Just use exploding arrows if you have to, and Nimpo. So I through the magic of editing there, I equipped the Unlevered Flawlessness. So cast Nimpo right away. I would recommend the Art of the Inazuma. It takes care of all the ghost fish for this section. More will pop in. So this guy's lackeys are fish. So I discovered just by doing a lot of moves on this guy that the Azuna drop works really well on this guy, even better than wall spamming. So I'm not going to wall spam so much here. So you see that combo? Look how many combo points I got right there on this guy and hits. So yeah, I got bit right there. It's tough when you're coming off of a combo and dropping down, and then more fish spawn. This guy is tough because if he grabs you, he will either do like a long series of slashes that you can't get out of, or even worse, he will drain your health into his health. So there's a slash combo. You can't get out of it or anything. What I don't like is when I get grabbed by him and my health goes into his health, because that is me losing progress in that instance. It's not that I'm worried about me losing health so much, because it doesn't take that much health away, but he gets a lot of his health back. So that was a very fruitless red UT there. Obviously, that's not going to work for this weapon. So look at these combo points. I only got in one there, to be honest. And I dropped Nimpo there knowing that it wouldn't hit him, but I was just trying to immune myself from getting grabbed or whatever. So more fish pop in, drop more Nimpo, and this guy is traditionally very hard. It's just that we're very strong too, so it's a very level playing field here. And so I wall spam there. I shouldn't say wall spamming because I'm not spamming that move, but I did do it twice there. So we got him down, and that's the end of chapter 17. But do be aware that you need to, once this is over, quickly switch to the Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang, because they're going to put you right in the middle of this arena where you were, and before you can grab the item, there's going to be a bunch of ghost fish. So you really need to equip the Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang to prevent yourself from getting mauled.